I am Delamar B. Molina and I am going to present the economics of Asian regionalism. Asian countries started to become less dependent to European countries in terms of economy. While this seemed great, now one of the problems of Asian countries is how they will remain that standing in the global market. Because of Asian regionalism, Asian countries started to have a boost productivity, which leads to a more financially stable nation. It is clearly evident that global imbalances no longer take a great toll in Asian economy. This scenario is very different from 1930s where the economic depression took place. During the 1930s, the consequences of World War II reflected to global economy. With an attempt of different states to protect themselves from being submerged into further economic crises, they formed trade blocs. One example for that is the act sponsored by US Senator Reed Smoot and US Representative Willis Hawley. It is called Tariff Act, which raised double tariff on imported goods to ensure that American production will still rise. That act was still signed despite the retaliation of foreign trade partners. This in turn led the foreign trades to raise tariffs on their products as well. Thus, instead of having a stable economy, the trade blocs established by nation resulted in a collapsed trade, contributing further to the length of Great Depression. In the present time, economists and policymakers believe that Asian regionalism have negative impact on the multilateral trade and financial system. It is because nations that are part of Asian regions may have a hard time in solving problems that are only national in scope. This also paves the way for new distortions and international market failures. Hence, it requires global cooperation for regional solutions to be more achievable. According to the book Emerging Asian Regionalism, the important priorities for regional actions are provide public goods that are unlikely to be produced by markets or individual economies, manage the spillover effects of economic activity and policy among connected economies, coordinate regional policy approaches to projects or decisions that affect several economies, then liberalize the trade and investment beyond levels achievable through global negotiations, and lastly, add value to national policy making. As much as it has its own consequences, Asian regionalism have its gains as well in the global economy. With proper leadership and coordination, Asian economy will continue to raise incomes across the world and will also contribute to the stability of financial market. This regionalism widened the source of global demands, meaning when other regions cannot provide for the needs of the market, there are still diverse sources that will provide those demands, which is the Asian countries. Hence decreases imbalances.